Hi everyone, my name's Laura. I'm from Effleurage, Kent. I'm a wellbeing practitioner and Pilates instructor, and today I'm going to talk you through a brief description of some massage techniques that you can use on yourself to put together a routine for your neck, shoulders and head massage. So the first thing to say is whenever you're starting some massage is you need to warm the area up that you're going to be working on. So first of all, I'm just going to start by rolling my shoulders, get some nice movement into that area. Might be stiff after working all day at a computer or doing lots of housework, things like that. So I'm going to go in one direction, then I'm going to stop. I'm going to circle my arms nice and gently in the other direction. And we're just going to draw our shoulders up to our ears and lower our shoulders back down. And we're going to do that a few times. Don't worry if you hear any kind of clunking or cracking or grinding. That's quite normal. Most people have that. You might be able to hit my shoulder. Brilliant. And then just give it a wiggle and a bit loosen off. Now we're just going to look at the neck first of all. So we're going to now turn our nose over our shoulder and just get some nice movement into the neck, back to centre, and over the opposite shoulder, and back to centre. Now if you like, you can incorporate the breath into this. So breathe in, breathe out, turn the head to the side. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. And just do that as many times as you like. The last one we're going to do is we're now going to look down on our diagonal. So we're going to breathe in. And this time I'm going to breathe out and we're going to look down, almost as if we're looking down to our armpit. We're going to come back up on the diagonal. We're going to turn our head to centre. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, turn our head, look on the diagonal and then down. Breathe in, breathe out, up and then back to centre. Lovely. So that's just creating a little bit more movement into that area. So the purpose of the video, I'm going to stop there, but you might want to do those movements a few more times just to make sure you get the area nice and warm. So the first technique I'm going to show you today is called Effleurage, or stroking. You don't need to worry too much about the terms for the movements, but this is one, again, that we're just going to warm up the area. First one I'm going to show you on my arm, so you can see it's just a nice, gentle stroking technique. So I'm just using the palm of my hand, and I'm just stroking up and down my arm. So for today, I'm going to do the neck and shoulders. So we're going to come up over the arm and just back down again. Up. You can come up into the neck, across the shoulder, down and round. When you're doing this, just try to keep this shoulder that's doing the movement nice and relaxed. You might have a tendency to kind of draw it up to your ear. Just try as best you can just keep that relaxed. Now this might feel quite a strange movement to start off with because it's not something that we're used to doing. That's fine. Just work with it. Do what you feel is comfortable. And at this point, it's just nice, soft, gentle strokes. Okay, now I'm going to swap into my other arm as well. I'm going to start up my arm, over my shoulder. I'm going to come up into my neck and roll back around. Now you notice today that I'm doing this over my clothes. This is a really nice, effective way of doing it as well. The clothes don't hinder the massage at all. In fact, sometimes it makes it easier because your skin glides over the clothes. So you can definitely do this anytime if you're in an office environment, if you're sitting in front of people, you can do it with your clothes. Equally, if you'd like to do this with bare skin, then I would suggest using some kind of lotion, maybe a moisturiser or a cream, a massage lotion, something like that, so that the skin doesn't drag. Brilliant. So the next technique that we can use is a pressing down movement. So we're going to go back to the shoulder we started on originally. And I'm just going to lay my palm of my hand on my shoulder. And this time, rather than moving my hand, I'm just going to press down slightly into my shoulder. Just nice little presses down, and you can bring that round the top of the shoulder as well. I'm just going to press down Once I've pressed down a few times, I'm now just going to start moving my shoulder up into my hand, bringing that muscle to meet into my palm. Now this is the time when you start noticing how your muscles feel. Are they feeling tight? Is there any tender spots? Is there any discomfort anywhere? And if you feel an area that's particularly tight or uncomfortable, a little bit crunchy, then just stay there. And then if you just put a little bit more pressure on now, because the muscles starting to warm up a little bit. Press your hands down. You might just want to give that a little bit of a wiggle. Brilliant. And then just finish that with some nice stroking movements again. And I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So I'm just going to lay my palm down, press gently into that upper trapezius muscle. This is the one that takes a lot of the stresses from our day and from our emotional connection as well. We hold a lot of stress in these muscles. And again, I'm just going to press down. I'm just going to rotate my shoulder into that muscle. And this way, this hand isn't doing a lot of the work. Because you're rotating your shoulder, the shoulder is coming up and helping that pressure there. Lovely. And then just finish that off with a few gentle strokes. So the next movement I'm going to show you is what we call petrissage. And again, I'm just going to show you on my arm. So this is one picking up movement. So I'm picking up my muscle here and giving it a gentle squeeze and just working my way up. Again, just nice and gently pick and squeeze. So if we're applying this to the neck and shoulder massage we're doing today, I'll work on the upper arm, give it a gentle squeeze, and you can hold it if you like, release, move your hand, squeeze, release, come up, and then come up onto that traps as well, squeeze and release, and then back down, squeeze and release. And we do that 3 times. And then we can go into our other shoulder. Again, squeeze, release, squeeze and release. So we don't need to go in too deep. Remember, the muscles are still warming up at this stage as well. So the first time that you do this, don't go in too hard. Just notice whether those muscles are tight. If you find a particularly tight one, then that's where you can then spend a little bit more time on that area. You can hold it, give it a little bit of a wiggle as well, move it around, give it a little bit of a wiggle, and get some nice movement going in there. And that's our petrissage. So we're now going to move up into our neck. You can take either hand, both at the same time or just one. And we're just going to go back to that first movement, that's sweeping and the stroking. So you can come up over your shoulders. I'm just going to turn to the side and hopefully that will see a bit better. And I'm just sweeping my hands up my neck. When you get to the hairline, you can just give that little gentle tug. They're just sweeping up. You can also go back to the finger movements as well. So here, you can just gently press the fingers into the side of the neck. Now avoid the spine coming up from your back up into your neck. We don't want to work on the bone, we want to work in the side of it. But just nice little pressing movements in here. You can also do some nice circles. Another nice one to do is just under the dip of the neck of the skull. You'll find here 2 little indentations. If you find those with your fingers, and then just find those little hollows and pop your fingers in there and just gently circle round. Again, not too much pressure, nice and gently. Brilliant. And then you can finish that off with some more strokes up and down. Give a little pull of your neck as well, just very gently here. Brilliant. And the last movement I'm going to show you today is what we call deployment. And this is like a kind of tapping movement. So it's nice, gentle little taps. So we can do it all over our shoulder. We can do it on the same side if that's easier for you. You can do it with both hands. That's really nice at the same time to be able to do it with both hands. You can go down your back a bit further, but you can kind of reach around. And again, we've just been nice and gentle. You can do it a little bit firmer, but we're not really digging in there. It's just nice, gentle. So you shouldn't be marking your skin. You shouldn't be leaving any kind of marks, anything like that. We can do this up the neck as well. And this is also lovely to do on the head. I do this as part of Indian head massage. All over the head. It's really stimulating. Nice way to finish off the treatment. Now, if you'd like to include some more movements for the head, we can go back to the stroking. So we can just stroke all over the head. It's easier when your hair's down. But stroke like this. You can also have the palm on the side of your head. You can just do some nice circles. And work from the sort of front of your head by your side here. And just circle round and make your way round. And you can do both at the same time. That's really nice. And you can do it in stroke going backwards as well. You can rake your fingers through your hair. That's a really nice one as well. So hopefully that's given you a few ideas about how you can use massage for yourself and some techniques that you can use. Just combine those all together, play with it, do what you feel is right for you, have fun, and you can't go wrong. Just don't use too much pressure, and remember that it's all about enjoyment. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed those movements and enjoy practicing on yourself to create your own little routine. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you.